4,500 ounces of silver left to the family. I'm going to explain what happened with that story. Also, an upset customer, why I was at this other customer's house. I'm glad I was not there for that story I'm about to tell you guys later in the video. Stay tuned for that story as well. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, we're 41 subscribers now away from 5,300 subscribers. Come join the fun, folks. So come subscribe. It's absolutely free. I'm never going to put out a video where you're going to pay a membership fee of $2.99, $3.99, whatever, to charge you to watch a special video. No, all my content will always remain free 100%. I have no problems with any other channel who does that. That's just not how I'm going to run my channel at all. So please, if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you'll be notified when I put out my next video. And don't forget about the upcoming Pinbacks giveaway video. I'll put a link in the comment section below as well. Let's just get into it. 4,500 ounces of silver. So on my way to the shop this morning, my phone rings. As soon as I walk out the gosh darn door, right? So we need you to go to a customer's house. They have some questions about the silver that was left to them. So give me the address. So I typed it into my phone, and but the customer didn't live very far away. It was the other opposite way of the coin shop, about 3 miles up the road from me. And so I go over to this guy's house. His father passed on a couple weeks ago, and his last 8 weeks of his life he was in one of those senior homes, retirement care, whatever you want to call it, assisted living. The guy was 101 years old, and he drove into he was about 91. So, he had lung cancer. He finally did pass on, and father left them a safe full of silver. Not a lot of government issue stuff. It was a lot of rounds, 10-ounce bars, 5-ounce bars. Yes, they did have a bunch of 90% silver as well, but it was very few eagles, maybe 3 or 4 tubes, 4 or 5 tubes of maples in the mix, but that was about it. Most of the stack was generic rounds, generic bars, maybe $300-400 in face of 90% silver as well. So, but luckily this guy was smart, folks. He wrote everything down he had. He left the number for the coin shop, because he used to deal with us. He left the number for the other coin shop up the road. Look, when I say this, leave phone numbers. I'm not kidding around. You don't want to be, if that's your plan to leave it to your friends, your family members after you pass on, please do that. Make a list. It'd be a lot easier for a coin shop owner to come into someone's house, or your family member or your friends bring it down, and you actually have a list of what you have. It makes it 10 times easier on us. I didn't have no Sigma. I didn't have no other tools to test anything with. So he just wanted to know. So I just broke down like I do on my views every single day for you guys to, get educated, and have your friends and family get educated as well of what silver is, what gold is. He didn't have any gold. But I did, I told him, I says, look, he didn't need the money this right now. And I told him, about the dollar potentially the collapsing. I went to the whole spiel with him. I spent about 40 minutes with him. And I says, how about we just get together this week, and I'll give you more information. I'll get the shop owner, I'll get the other shop owner up the road from us, and come and sit down with you and see if you want to start. He says, well, all of this is not mine. Half of this is my son's. He's at college. He did come home for his grandfather's funeral, and he's back to college now. He says, I really can't do anything until he comes back home, because, back later in March, when he comes back home for spring break. And so I said, okay, but I said, we can still tell you what the story if you want. He said, yeah, and maybe my son would like to hear it too. Do you mind doing it twice? I said, no, we don't mind doing it twice, because all the information, you might not pick up the first time. We don't want to make you sell, make you, do anything you don't want to do when you're not ready to sell. We recommend you hang on to your silver for now. He was very, very happy, but the blessing was it was written down, folks. That's the key. That made my job a little bit easier this morning when I can see he had XYZ of tubes of Buffaloes, XYZ of 10-ounce Inglehard bars, and so on and so forth. It just made the math a little bit easier. I did some calculations. I got the calculator on the phone, of course, and we just did the quick calculation what the value is of the silver stack that he has. It was kind of hard to predict what he had for 90% silver, but I kind of did it by weight of my hand, and I can estimate it pretty roughly how much is in there. It's not an exact number, and that's what I told him. I said, this is not going to be an exact number, but I said I can probably be within 10, 15, 20 bucks of the math. So I gave him a rough estimate. I said, we can dump it to the counter at the shop and give you the correct number just to see what you have. There was no really paperwork on that. He didn't really keep track of the 90% silver, but he did keep track of the 10-ounce bars, the rounds, the eagles. He had the few rows of maples, the few rows of eagles as well. So when you folks have time, keep a log, keep a handwritten log. Even if you got to type it up on your computer and print it out, it makes it that much easier. Trust me, even for you later on. And another way to store your junk silver, just as is an idea, it don't have to be in tubes. It don't have to be in, special tubes or something like that. It can be just in canvas bags, Ziploc bags. Break it down by the decades. Put all your 50 dimes in one bag. Put all your 40 dimes in one bag. Your 30s, your 60s. Do that with every denomination we have. The dimes, the quarters, the half dollars. That will make it easier for a coin shop to go through the bag, if they're willing to go through the bag and see if there's a key date. It makes it a little bit easier for the coin shops or your online bullion dealers as well to go through it to see exactly what you have. A lot of these coin shops, you bring a bag of junk silver in, they're going to throw it through the change counter, if they even have one. Most of them do, some of them don't. And they're just going to pay you out whatever they're willing to pay out at the time, face value. I recommend doing it by the decades. That way, if you get a shop like mine, it's a lot easier. And I've heard other shops say the same thing. It just makes it easier to try to give you the best price possible. Yes, there's some coin shops will reach out to you if they find a key date. Like we do. Some shops don't care. They just throw it all in, and if someone gets a key date, someone gets a key date in the mix. It's not the right thing to do, I don't think, but it is what it is with some shops. Let me talk about Pinbacks real quick, then I'll tell you about the crazy customer today. Look, I've shown you guys many times on this channel on 10-ounce Canadian Royal Mint bars, Maple Leafs, Silvery Eagles. They beat out most of the competitors by price. Are they always the cheapest? Absolutely not. They will even admit it. It's hard to beat another sale out there when another company has another sale. But what you're going to get from Pinbacks is, A, the best customer service for one. Pack like Fort Knox to your door. I tell you, and I've had a couple orders now from Pinbacks, and it's very hard to get into their packages. They do it so well, they pack it so tight, and you don't even know what's in the box. No one's going to know what's in that box. Give them a shout out. Let Michael and Brian know I sent you. The brothers of the Pinbacks themselves. What other online bullion dealer are you going to be able to call up and talk to the owners themselves? No one has named me one yet. I don't think there's any out there, to be honest with you. You're probably going to talk to Michael or Brian themselves. And if you don't get Michael or Brian over Pinbacks, have them call you back if that's who you want to talk to. It don't really matter who you talk over there, but most of the times you're going to get Michael or Brian. Thank you, Pinbacks, for the sponsorship. Thank you to all of you who are watching, because this sponsorship would not be possible without you as well. So the view is just important as a sponsorship. I don't think you're going to be disappointed when you shop at Pinbacks. I talked about the 10-ounce Frontier bars. They're American made, folks. They're made in Utah. They're beautiful. I wish I could afford one. I just don't have the money right now for one. Get them before they're gone, folks. Silver's going up. Silver has backed off a little bit right now. But at the end of the day, I think you're going to be very happy with any purchase you make from Pinbacks. And I've got a couple emails this today. There's a couple comments in the comment section. You guys have already bought in from Pinbacks since they've been sponsoring me. And you guys said, you know, the conversation went very, very well. So I'll be quiet about that. Thank you, Pinbacks. Thank you to all of you, because it wouldn't be possible without you as well. Let's get into the story with the crazy customer today. Yeah, I know, but we get a lot of crazy customers. This customer bought silver back in 2011. Here's another one. Bought it at the high, $48, $47 high. He wanted the price that he paid for it. He bought it from us, and I was not there in 2011. I'm glad I was not there at the shop, to be honest with you. This guy was going on and on that he spent this money. Silver's never going to come back. Nobody's giving him what he paid for it. Well, no one is going to give him what he paid for it, because he bought it at the all-time high, or close to the all-time high. Look, silver. We have to remember what happened in 2011. Why it got up that fast, that quick. Those days are coming back, folks, and they're probably not going to fall back off. Look, we're holding above 32 in the futures market right now with silver. We're holding above that $30 level. The next thing we're looking at is that I'm looking for 35 and holding at 35 and above. How soon is that going to happen? I think that's going to happen sooner than later. We're going to have to be patient and keep stacking. Excuse me. And I always say, stack what you can afford. Don't overdo it. You don't want to get caught in a position where 2 months down the road, you have to sell it because some emergency came up. Have some emergency cash put away. I know for me, it's hard for me to save cash. I get it. It's hard. It's a lot easier to save money when you put it into silver or gold. It's worked for me. It's worked for a lot of people. It just puts another divider. Do I really want to sell this for this? Do I really need it? It's more of a need, or do I want this? Sometimes you do have emergencies pop up. Make sure you have some cash on the sidelines as well. Not financial advice, just my personal experience, folks. Because I had, around Christmas time, I had to trade in about $2,500 of silver for myself. It stung, all right? It stung. And, you know, you take the good times with the bad times. And I'm back into the buying mode right now. But you guys know what I'm stacking. 40% silver, what I'm stacking right now, in my 90% silver. You see a lot of 90% 1964 Kennys on your screen right now. Yeah, I love the Kenny hats. I love the 40% silver. I love the Franklins. If it's silver, I love it. You know, some people don't like the 40% and some people don't like the 35% war nickels. But when silver starts really going through the roof, I think people are going to wish they had some 40% silvers, halves, and 35% war nickels. Because I do think we're going to see the day, or most of us will see the day, where we're actually trading in silver and gold once again. The day's coming. How soon is that going to be? That's yet to be seen. If you folks have any questions for me, my email is always in the description of every single video. Don't forget to reach out if you need help. I'm here for you guys. Pinbacks is there for you guys if you guys need them on the phone. And how many channels can offer that? You know, how many channels have a line of coin shops are going to keep you updated with all this going on? And how many, also, I want to point out, viewers like you are sending me information too, and I'm using that information in my videos. I don't use it all, but when I see a good story, I'm going to use it. So, you know, you never know. I might be using your story one day if you send me some information. You know, if you see a story out there, don't feel like you're bugging me. I love all the information. The more information we can get out as a team, meaning you, the viewer, me, as doing these videos, with Pinbacks providing me information, what they're selling, what other coin shops are going through. This is the best team in the book right now, folks. Please subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Check out my friend Sobriety in Silver YouTube channel as well. And I got to give a shout out once again. I don't know the guy personally, but Salivate Metals has been popping up on my screen as the #1 that you guys are watching. And he's been staying #1 on what you guys have been watching from my channel as well. So I'm seeing those reports coming in. I don't know what personally you guys are watching. It's just a group. It's just some data that we all get as YouTube providers to see what else you guys are watching out there. And Salivate Metal is #1. He's doing a great job over there. I don't know him personally. Never talked to him on the phone or anything like that. But I got to give the guy credit. Sal, you're doing a heck of a job. Keep it up as well. Sobriety and Silver, you're doing a heck of a job. Let both channels know I sent you if you're not subscribed to them yet. And to the next video, Coin Shop Chris is out. Have a good afternoon. See you on the next video.